Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today is exactly 1 year since Kenyans went to the ballot to elect their new leaders from president, member of parliament, senator, governor, woman rep, MCA, and all those positions. And soon William Ruto will be finishing 1 year in office. But if I ask you, is there any tangible thing that Ruto has done positive in this country since he took over power that has really touched your life in a positive way? I don't know. And today is the first day again, the Kenya Kwanza side and the Azimio Umoja are meeting for the first time at Bomas of Kenya for the dialogue. The Kenya Kwanza is being led by Kimani Ichung'wah. I have not seen him. And in Azimio side, Kalonzo Musyoka is leading the team. And they are set and they have had their first meeting. But then before Azimio and the Kenya Kwanza are meeting today, there is something Raila Odinga said yesterday just to set the record straight as far as the issue of dialogue is concerned. Because then we know Kenya Kwanza has been bringing out the issue of people are looking for handshake. So Raila had to dismiss the issue of handshake properly, because then indeed he is not interested in handshake because of obvious reasons. Number one, Raila Odinga, or let me say ODM party, might have interest of sponsoring a presidential candidate in the next election. If they're not sponsoring a presidential candidate, then they might support another person, and that person could be Kalonzo Musyoka. If they're endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka, that means then ODM party will be producing a deputy or a running mate to Kalonzo Musyoka. So with all this, we know that ODM has interest in the next election. William Ruto also has interest in the next election. And it's obvious he will be on a ballot seeking for re-election. So with all this, these two people's interest is not converging. And because of that, a handshake is poison, especially for the Azimio side. Because then once you accept, you're going to carry the burden of Kenya Kwanza government. And they are really failing from the word go. It is demonstration after demonstration, complaint after complaint, loss of jobs, many things. With all this, they have a huge burden to carry forward. So going to a handshake with them, it means you are trying to offload their burden and help them to carry. But then, this is what Raila Odinga said yesterday, just to set the record straight. We are not interested in a handshake with people whose hands are stained with the blood of innocent Kenyans. We remain committed to negotiating in good faith to achieve a comprehensive settlement of the country's problem through dialogue. We stand for transparent, above board and speedy talks guided by decorum, honest and respect for the people of Kenya. That was Raila Odinga yesterday. Now, the issue that Azimio is taking to the table is obvious. High cost of living is coming as number one, the main agenda. Number two is about the audit of 2022 presidential election results. Hapo inamaanisha fungua sava. It is number two on the table. Number three, they are bringing in the issue of restructuring and reconstituting of the IBC. The issue of boundary and limitation also comes in with all that. Then lastly, they are talking about measures, to come out with measures that is going to stop the interference of political parties from either side. Ruto poaching people up and anapeleka huko. Sijaona mtu mwenye Azimio amechukua. Kama kuna mwenye ameenda huko is willing. Sababu Azimio hawanunui wapunge. So that's what Azimio is bringing. But then if you check on the Kenya Kwanza side, number one, reconstituting of the IBC. In this one, they are agreeing with the Azimio la Umoja. So with this one, I don't see any problem of Kenya Kwanza and Azimio reaching a conclusion on how they need to constitute new IEBC. Azimio ipendekeza watu wao watatu. Kenya Kwanza ipendekeza watu wao kama ni watatu ama wanne hivyo. Then they agree. Simple. With that one, I see it will go through. Number 2, the issue of two-third gender rule implementation. So Ruto want the two-third gender rule to be dealt with so that they can find a way of having more women in the National Assembly and all those other positions. I don't see any problem from the Azimio la Umoja side, because then even in the beginning, this is something Raila Odinga has stood for a long time. Gender parity. So with this one, I don't see any problem from Azimio to agree. Number 3, entrenchment of the CDF. Kenya Kwanza wants CDF to be in the law so that the members of parliament can have this money to run the affairs in their respective sub-counties. I don't see any huge problem, because even the members of parliament from Azimio, they need this money. Kenya Kwanza also they need. So these people can agree on this. Number 5, establishment of office of the leader of opposition. It is established and entrenched the office of the leader of opposition. Azimio has said they are not interested in these things. So it is something that is still a matter of discussion. Hawataki handshake ya hii nafasi. Number 5, embedment of the office of the prime cabinet secretary. Sasa wanakuja wanarusha moja huku na wanaitisha na hii mkono ingine. So you help us to create the office of the official opposition, then from there you have it. But now on our side, now help us to create the office of the, not to create, to embed the office of the prime cabinet secretary. Sasa hii office itakuwa close to, itakuwa almost equal to the office of the official opposition leader in terms of resources to fund that office so that it can operate. That's what they're looking for. I don't know if Azimio will agree with this one, but again, above all, we know that Azimio had interest to have the position of the prime minister. You can give it either name, but they wanted this one to be in the law, so that it's not something that you are operating under the mercy of the president like that one. No. But then some of these issues zinahitaji referendum. So how do you go about it? It's still a matter of discussion. But looking on what Azimio is raising, these are tough questions. It is a tough debate. To Kenya Kwanza to look like poisonous, but this issue we have to discuss. Cost of living. Punguza bei ya bidhaa. But now looking on the Finance Act, it tells you what they are up to and where they are heading to. Hawana mpango ya kupunguza, and that is number 1. Uangalia mambo ya kusema audit of the 2023 presidential election. Unasema tu wafungue server. Will they open the server? Ruto is so much worried to go into a discussion of opening the server, because then he know who won the election. Otherwise, if Ruto did not have any problem with the server, he is very sure that he won election clear and clean. There will be no any problem for William Ruto allowing servers to be open. I'm talking about Ruto because of an obvious reason. When you have some information that is of great concern in a country, which can make or break a country, the only person who can authorize that information to the public is none other than the head of state, mkubwa wa majeshi, the chief in command of armed forces. Lazima awe tu niende na zaruhusu hii habari itoke nje. So because of that, such information is normally put under classified information. So what I can tell you on this camera here today, the IEBC result has been kept as classified information. Because it is classified information, the only person who can authorize is none other than William Samoei Ruto. Because that result can break or make Kenya. Ukitoa saizi yaonekana Raila alishinda kura, niambie vile utaambia watu wa Nyanza wataongozwa na Ruto na wakijua Raila alishinda kura. Tell me how lawyers are going to react. Coast region, you come to Nairobi and other individuals who supported Raila Odinga, how will they sit pretty being ruled by William Ruto when they know that he lost and the way he's running this economy? It is so much frustrating. So because of this, they cannot allow. This is what they have to answer. Then the issue of interfering with the political party. Definitely, what Azimio is raising, these are tough questions. But then what Kenya Kwanza need to understand is that what made them to go into a dialogue with Azimio? Is it because of the things they are raising or what Azimio was raising when they were in demonstrations? Mambo yalifanya dialogue ikuje ni yale mambo Azimio ilikuwa inaongea wakiwa kwa maandamano. Wananchi wasema gharama ya maisha na Azimio ikaleta hii mambo mengine. So they have to focus on what Azimio is bringing to the table, because that is what they took to the people and that's what made people to demonstrate. So we will not come to a dialogue when now you have to dictate what we should discuss and what we should not talk about. You sort out what we were raising in our demonstration now that we are in a dialogue. That is what should take place. Lakini tunawajua. And we know they want to frustrate the main agenda from Azimio la Umoja. So Azimio wakae ngumu, kama hawafungui sawa, na kama hawataheshimu vyama, na kama hawatapunguza gharama ya maisha, hakuna haja ya hii dialogue. Simple and clear.